Hello students, I am Soft Skills Trainer from Department of Career Planning and Development, Chandigarh University. So today I'll be discussing a really important topic with you guys, that is your stress management. So if you're living with a high level of stress, you're actually putting your entire well-being at risk. Stress wreaks havoc on your life, on your emotional equilibrium, on your physical health. It also narrows your mental ability to think clearly, function effectively, and enjoy life. So at times, it feels that there is nothing you can do to avoid or to counter these stress. As a student, you have different type of stresses. For example, you might not be able to concentrate. You might not be able, despite your hard efforts, you are not actually able to score really good marks. Relationships might be one of the reasons, and also at times your family problems might be one of the reasons as well. But we need to understand that if we want to lead a healthy life, if we want to achieve things that we desire, it's really important to be stress free. Because under stress, you cannot function really well. All your abilities, all your hard work that you put in to achieve those abilities will not be there for you, because under stress you're not yourself. So let's talk about some of the tips that will help you manage your stress. First and the foremost thing is that you need to identify the source of your stress in your life. See, for a student, it can be that, let's say, some subject, it can be some family related issues, because you are in a education mode, you are studying. So stress is like that your business going down, or your job, or regarding your relationships does not count, because you are a student, you are actually studying. So for student, you have different sources of stress in your life. But again, a stress is a stress. So first thing first, what you need to do is you need to first identify why you are getting stressed, or about what you are stressing about. So number one, identify the source of stresses in your life. Because when you identify those sources, only then you can actually start working on them. Because only then you'll be able to understand why actually I am behaving in this particular way. Okay. Okay, tip number two is a really simple one, that you need to adopt 4 A's of stress management. You need to adopt 4 A's of stress management. Number one is avoid, number two is alter, number three is adapt, and number four is accept. We'll discuss these 4 A's in detail. Okay, number one, your avoid. Now, if I tell you that you need to avoid stress, no, it's not a healthy thing to do. But the thing is, you need to avoid situations in which you might get stressed. Okay, so first thing first, what you need to do is learn how to say no. It's a really important thing, because at times, though we know our limits, but we don't stick to them just for the sake of happiness of our friends, or someone close. We say yes, and when we are not able to accomplish the task given by them, we actually start feeling stressed out. So please say no. If you know your limitations, please stick to them. Number two is avoid people who stress you out. Now this is the easiest thing that you can do to avoid stress. Please don't be around around those people who actually stress you out. Avoid them. Take control of your environment. Now what this particular thing is, let me give you this particular example. Like, for example, if you are traveling and traffic makes you anxious or nervous, please do take a longer route that has less traffic. The simple thing. For example, if the evening news makes you anxious, please do not turn on your TV at that particular moment of time. You'll be avoiding those things. Number two is your alter the situation. The second A is alter the situation. Okay, if you can't avoid a stressful situation, try to alter them. Try to alter them. Often this actually involves changing the way you communicate and operate in your daily life. Now, number one is, in this particular alter the situation, express your feeling instead of bottling them up. It's really important. For example, if you feel something about a particular person, whether it's right or wrong, it's a good or bad, please try to open up. Because when you start bottling them up inside you, it starts stressing you out. Please do that. Number second thing in this is, please be willing to compromise. See, when you ask someone to change your behavior, their behavior, so you will be ready to do that. You should be ready to change your behavior too. Because if you both are willing to bend a little, it'll make a great impact on your life and his life as well. Okay, the third thing in that is create a balanced schedule. The thing is, all work and no play is actually a recipe for burnout. So please try to find a balance between your study, your family, and your social activities. Number third is adapt. That is, adapt to these stressors. Now, if you can't change these stressors are the things that give you stress. Change yourself. There are certain situations which actually can't avoid. Again, for example, if interview is something that is giving you stress, so you can't change it. You can't avoid going to the interview. You can't alter the interview. You have to go to the interview. So what needs to be done is, you need to change yourself. Okay, you need to adapt to stressful situation and regain your sense of control by changing your expectations and attitude. Number one in this thing that we can talk about is looking at the big picture. Take perspective of stressful situation. Ask yourself how important it will be in the long run. Or you can say, will it matter in a month, a year? Is it really worth getting upset over? Number two is practice gratitude. When you are stressed out, please take a moment to reflect on all the things that you have, including your own positive activity, including your own positive gifts that you have and your qualities. Adjust your standards. Third is adjust your standards. Perfectionism is a major source of avoidable stress. So stop setting yourself up for failure by demanding perfection. Stop doing that. The last is accept the things you can't change. See, there are things that are actually out of control. You can't do anything about those things. So what you can do to prevent those stresses, need to adapt, need to accept things. Don't try to control the uncontrollable because you can't. Learn how to forgive. Okay, accept the fact that in life and that we live in an imperfect world. So please learn to forgive. Share your feelings. If you feel bad, if you feel stressed, please open to your close ones. It will definitely help you. Tip number 3 is get moving. Now, what this particular thing is, so when you are stressed out, you are down, you're not feeling well, not physically but mentally, the last thing that someone can ask you is to get up and go to the gym or do some exercise. It's a very difficult task, but let me tell you one thing. If you somehow make your mind, do this way, that you in a stress that you will be going out and exercising, it will definitely help you, because physical activity are a really good stress reliever. So please, whenever you feel stressed out, whenever you're not feeling well mentally, please go out, do some physical activity. It will definitely help you. Tip number 4, connect to others. Now we are living in this, closely knitted world, but not, physically, socially. With the help of the internet, we are actually, with each other every single time. So one thing that you can do is to stop over socializing on internet. Start socializing face to face or physically. It'll help you. Number 5, make time for fun and relaxation. So there's this term that is called me time. It's really important. You need to take out some quality time for yourself. You need to make sure that you enjoy, you feel relaxed, you have fun in your life. Because without these ingredients, your life will not be worth living and you will always feel stressed out. Tip number 6 is manage your time better. And I would say that it is one of the most important tips that you need to remember. Why this is an important tip is because Most of the problems or most of the stresses actually occur because we don't manage our time, because we procrastinate. We're not stressed about our work, we are actually stressed about our procrastination. Will I be able to do that? What will I do if I won't be able to complete that task? So please make sure that you manage your time better. Okay, tip number 7, and this is the last tip: maintain a balanced and a healthy life. See, we all have heard this phrase: a healthy mind lives in a healthy body. So, if your body is not healthy, how can you expect your mind to be healthy? So, eat a healthy diet, avoid caffeine and sugar, please avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs, and get enough sleep. I hope these particular tips will definitely help you relieve your stress. Students, it's really important that you live a stress-free life, because if you are living a stress-free life, all your dreams, all your goals that you want to come true will definitely come true. Okay?